I found the problem.
I'm personally stepping away from Xbox and going to PlayStation and PC. Xbox has not done anything to keep buying the new console.
Damn music follows me everywhere. Fortune and glory.
I don't know if you guys saw it. That guy that he actually got a message from Phil Spencer on his Xbox, and he didn't even realize it. He made a video about how...
Shut up, Devin. I know you're lying.
He was wrong about the Xbox, right? As a PlayStation fan. And so I watched this video. I was like, okay, I want to see what it is that made him feel this way. The thing that was interesting about why he felt like he was wrong about Xbox.
Yeah.
A lot of it seemed to centered around Game Pass and how like he was going in and just like adding all these games. Like it was really exciting. Right?
I mean, what is not exciting about adding a bunch of games to your collection? I don't get it. So weird. What is not exciting about that, chat? What is not exciting about it?
Right. The reason I think he could have that experience is because he wasn't on Xbox. Like, if you've been on Xbox like I have since the 360 era, this generation was incredibly disappointing. Jumping in 4 years into the gen, picking up Game Pass, and being able to get games like Indiana.
How is this generation? I mean, I've been saying from the beginning that this generation as a whole on both sides hasn't been as cool as last generation, but it's still been a pretty good run considering all the crap that we had to endure at the start of the year, the whole CVID situation and everything else, halting production and whatnot. We've still got some great games come out this year throughout the generation. I don't understand what he's talking about. What's he going to say about Indiana Jones? Because that game is easily Game of the Year. And if Xbox released that earlier, they would have got Game of the Year easy.
Indiana Jones, as well as this insane backlog of other games, you can just keep grabbing them, like Fable and others like he was talking. I was like, well, of course you feel like the value's really high. You've not been here like the rest of us have. You know what I mean? It was...
Okay, question. Has anyone here played the new Fable? This is a genuine question, because apparently Jimmy Neutron has played the new Fable based on what he just said, because, you know, none of that is new to him. So has anyone here actually played the new Fable? Yeah, Gears E-Day will not be this year. Fable isn't even out. I know, right? But according to Jimmy Neutron here, it's already it's old news to him. He's been there and done that. Avowed is an iPhone. Oh, Phil's probably played it.
It's an interesting study in how subjective value is, because he came into Xbox midway through the gen.
Wait, isn't value always subjective? Come on. Isn't value always subjective? I mean, sure, there are some steals out there, but even they are subjective to value. That makes no sense. He does play games, JB. He just sucks at them really bad. See, when you see me play and I actually suck, and you think, man, it can't get any worse, just head over to his stream. You'll see it gets worse. A lot worse.
And gets everything all at once. I've been here since the Series X hit, and I'm full of nothing but disappointment with what they've done. I'm like, none of this is that great. And then he was like singing the praises of Quick Resume. I'm like, PlayStation has that. All you have to do.
Gotta play that one again. Gotta play that again. Gotta play that one again. Gotta play that one again. Okay, let's do this again.
Quick resume. I'm like, PlayStation has that. All you have to do is put the thing in rest.
Oh, he actually wait. He actually goes on to explain it. Let's hit it. He actually goes on to explain how quick resume works.
I'm like, PlayStation has that. All you have to do is put the thing in rest mode. I've done it numerous times recently with Plague Tale Requiem. I know it's not quick resume, but if you put the thing in rest mode, I turn on my PlayStation and I'm right back in Plague Tale. Do you want to know what quick resume commonly does? It commonly doesn't work and causes glitches.
I use quick resume all the time. It doesn't cause glitches. It doesn't cause problems. The only games that it does is live service games that require an always online connection. If it's single player, it has no problem. What is he even on about? What planet is he on? PlayStation having quick resume. It doesn't have quick resume. That is correct, Susanna. It basically, when the PS5 launched, it didn't have any form of resume, and then they kind of got jealous of Xbox and said, you know what, we need something similar. And then they put it on there, and then they realized, now we're going to remove it because they were running out of memory. I guess they couldn't allocate memory well enough to it, because it does store memory. It does store in memory your current state. But it's gone. They don't have it. All they have is the single game.
It did it to my son just over the weekend with Fortnite. He couldn't do anything.
What did I just say? Hey guys, so what I'm gonna do, right? All right, I'm gonna use his logic here, right? I'm gonna jump into a game on Fortnite. I'm gonna be midway through the game, and then I'm gonna switch my game to something else, come back in 2 hours, and try to resume that same live instance that I was playing. Is this the logic from the logician? That is literally what he's saying here. I'm playing a multiplayer game, and I switch to another game mid-game, which is, I mean, why would you do that anyway? That is literally being a proper prick. But then turning around, coming back, and expecting to be in the same game an hour later or a day later, and then you're trying to use that as a gotcha moment? For real? My dude is truly exposing his stupidity right here. And then he's actually getting upset at why people call him stupid when he makes dumb remarks like this. And now he's getting his kid involved. Don't get your kid involved, man. We all know it was him. Don't do that, man. Leave the kids out of this. It doesn't work on lives. That's common sense. It's gonna be like, hey guys, yeah, we're playing Call of Duty. Oh man, I mean, yo guys, I'm just gonna jump out of this game. Make sure everyone goes into a free state. Stop the timer and everything. I'll be back like tomorrow or in a few hours. I'm just gonna go play something else. My God,
Quick resumed Fortnite, and he couldn't change his character. Nothing was working. The menus weren't working. The only thing I could do is I had to reboot the game. I commonly would try to use quick resume on games, and it would cause them not to work right. I'd have to reboot the game. It's like, quick resume's not even that great of a feature. It doesn't work all that often. And
quick resume is one of the greatest features Xbox has created in a long, long time. And the people that are saying it's rubbish are people that are salty that their platform doesn't have it. I really do hope that they can actually get quick resume working on Windows. That would be a technological marvel for PC gamers. It is such a great feature. Hey, sup, James? PS5 would charge for that feature? Damn straight they will. I mean, if you've seen, they've added those 30th anniversary things onto their dashboard, the startups. Apparently they're going to remove it, and now, from what I've heard, a lot of fans are scared that Sony's going to turn around and charge you back for them.
And you can get essentially the same feature on PlayStation as long as you use rest mode.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't. You absolutely cannot. I can switch between 8 games on the fly with quick resume. I think it's up to 8 games, depending on the memory allocation. You can only do 1 game on PlayStation. If you switch your game, you go back to the beginning, and you gotta wait for that long-ass SSD to start loading up. You know, the magical SSD that takes forever to get into the game before it lets you play the game. On quick resume, you are in the action straight away. My dude is going full-on lying.
I'm immediately back in the game within seconds. I boot up the game, log in, I click my little icon, and then I click on Plague Tale Requiem, and I'm right back in the game. There was no waiting, no nothing.
And now change your game.
So I thought it was an interesting study in how value is subjective, about like, well, he's late to Xbox, and he's sort of like over the moon about like how many games there are. He was like, oh, it runs so quiet, it runs so well. The Series X is actually a nice machine, but
and this is one thing I didn't understand from Microsoft, right? This is one critique I will have of the Series X console. Don't all jump at me already. I know you're all raring to go. Don't do it. Instead of the wraps, release more wraps. I don't mind that. But release limited edition consoles. Like the Indiana Jones console. Make it publicly available. The Halo console like they did. You know, Call of Duty consoles. An Avowed console. Make them more available. I would have bought the Indiana Jones console. I mean, I bought the collector's edition. It's sitting behind me. I would have bought the console. I would. I'm a huge indie fan. I love Indiana Jones. I would have bought it. There are so many people out there who love collecting these limited edition consoles. Just make them available. It's just money being thrown away.
If quick resumes worked great for you, never had an issue, I have issues with it all of the time.
At least 30 million PlayStation owners are late to Xbox. This dude's logic is a scam. PlayStation games. I mean, based on what we've seen, right? 25% from what the information is going around, 25% of the 60 million PS5s or 65 million PS5s haven't even been turned on yet. They've never been switched on. 25% of the 65 million PS5s haven't been switched on yet. So you're looking at around, let's just say 50 million just to round it up. So what, the difference between the PS5 and there's only 20 million consoles? I mean, 20 million is still 20 million, but it's not so wide, is it? I mean, you know, the 30 million consoles out there on Xbox are being played.
Quick resume never works, says Biggie. I always have to restart the game. Yeah, like I'll be in the game and like stuff just doesn't work right. Like my son was in Lego Fortnite. He could not get his navigation of the menu to let him change his character. I rebooted the game and it let him change his character around.
Hey guys, I'm a quick resuming into a live service game, but it's not working. My God.
In the locker of Fortnite, I told my kids, I was like, this is why I don't like Xbox. Every time I boot up the Xbox, I have a problem. I booted up the Xbox once. It had to do an update to the store, and it wouldn't finish. It just sat there. And when it finally finished, I opened up the store, and the store froze. I had to force quit the store. I feel like every time I boot up the Xbox, there's an issue with...
This guy has to be the only person on the planet that is having these issues. Any other person you talk to that opens the Xbox store or does anything else, they have no problems, no issues. This guy has to be the only one that does not know how to navigate a menu that is by Microsoft. How he uses Windows is beyond me.
With just basic things like...
I'd say he's using Linux, but he's not smart enough to be using Linux. Yeah, he's literally making shit up right now. Look at it. Look at that mouth gesture he's giving. He's ready.
Going to the Game Pass front or going to the store front or using Quick Resume. It's kind of useless with how fast most stuff loads nowadays. It's especially useless on a game like Fortnite or Fall Guys because it's probably going to have to download updates anyway. Yeah, it's probably...
Oh my god, guys. Fall Guys. Hey, look. The next time we have like a community night, which is probably going to maybe be in like 2 weeks or something, when we play, when we're in the middle of a game, I'm going to do Quick Resume into something else. You guys better freeze, because when I come back in like 10 minutes, I want to make sure that that same instance is still active. And that timer better not be up. Just telling you now. I don't care if it's a live service. I want it to work.
Better for offline games. That's probably true, but I've had to give me issues countless of times. It happened to my daughter with Unravel. She was playing Unravel and she booted the game back up and she couldn't get the one control to work right. The one button was like not working right. And I was like, try to close the game and reopen it, and she did, and it fixed it. I'm like, Quick Resume on Fall Guys doesn't let me connect online. Well, yeah, online games are obviously different, but like all my son was trying to do was like change.
Yeah, Bullets, I'm in the Delta program, I think it is.
Change his little Lego character outfit in the locker, and it wouldn't work right.
But that's where it came from. So
I don't know, man.
Dude
maybe my Series X is mad at me because it feels neglected, but I feel like every time I turn it on, anytime I try to do anything with it, there's an issue, and it's like. But I appreciated his video because he was like, hey, there's actually good stuff over here. But again, I think if he would have bought the Series X in 2020 and gone on the same journey that the rest of us have been on, I don't think he would have come to the conclusion that he came to.
He would, because the Series X is a very, very good machine. It's a very capable machine. And especially with FSR 3 getting the improvements that it's getting, and it going to hopefully be widespread across all the Series X games and the Series S games, you are going to see a lot more benefits coming from a console that didn't need a mid-gen refresh.
I think he would have come to a different conclusion. It would have been like, yeah, I agree with the rest of you about the fact that we aren't getting games or not getting them at quality.
There's multiples of them,
like,
Steve,
yeah, you can play Starfield now and it's been updated to 60 FPS. You can play Forza Motorsport now and it's been updated and a lot of its problems have been fixed. Does that make sense? I think that's an interesting way to look at it. It's like, well, if you suddenly jump in and suddenly have Game Pass and you start downloading all those games, it has a lot more value than for someone like me that's like, I barely ever turn the dadgum thing on. There's no reason to.
But then, okay, let's just break down what he said. If I would go with a 5070 at that price point, you can't go wrong, Silver. So let's just break what he just said down, right? If you're jumping into Game Pass new, it's great. There's a lot of things, but for someone like me, who never uses it and doesn't really use it at all, there's no value. So how do you know if there's no value if you never use it? Tell me, chat. How? How is that? Tell me, chat. How does that work? If you're jumping into it new, I guess you've got a lot of value. But if you're someone like me who never uses it because I don't like it and I don't value it, well, then there's no value. Well, but then if you never use it, how do you know there's no value to it? No, but if you never use it, how do you know there's no value? It's like, if you never use it, how do you know there's no value? Come on. It's like a walking contradiction train.
I've had to play some of their major releases on my PC anyways. Starfield and Hellblade 2 most notably.
See, Starfield actually had double frame generation on the Xbox, and if you've played it on Xbox before the 60 FPS patch, it actually ran really well. You didn't have that 30 FPS stutter, and it was one of the games that I actually could play at 30 FPS because of the double frame generation, which ID Software actually implemented for Starfield. So he's already wrong there, because the double frame generation that id Software implemented in Starfield actually made it run pretty close to that 60 FPS anyway. It was still 30 FPS, but it felt different. And you could feel the difference from a 30 FPS and what Starfield was. Yeah, JB, it ran great at launch because of what id Software did. They are geniuses. That double frame gen that they introduced into the Xbox version really made it run way, way smoother. And this is the difference between someone who thinks they know what they're talking about and someone who actually does some research and does look into what they're playing.
I have over 1,000 hours every single year on the Series X. I use Quick Resume all the time. I'd say 5 to 10% of the time it doesn't work perfectly, and a few games it doesn't work at all. I must just be unlucky then, Mash. I just keep picking the games that have the issues.
Yeah, he picks Fortnite, he picks Halo multiplayer, he picks Fall Guys multiplayer, he picks Fortnite Lego multiplayer, he picks racing multiplayer, he picks live service multiplayer, he probably picks Destiny, Warframe. My dude's special.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, even the store was jacking up on me the one day. I was like, I'm just trying to open the store to search.
I'll tell you what. I've used Xbox since the OG. I bought my original Xbox day one. And since the store got introduced, I think during the 360 days, I don't think I've ever had a single problem with the store in all my years of playing on Xbox. I don't think I've had one problem with the store. Not one.
For a game for my kiddo to play, and it wouldn't open. And it was because it was downloading an update. And I'm like, I can't use the store while you're updating. So when the update finally finished, it opened.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The Xbox store was updating, so he couldn't use it. It really needs something during this silence, but oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't play this game because it's updating. Alright, chat. Let's do something. You're listening? Come around there, come around there, come around there. I know you don't want to be in the cam, so just come around this way. I got a question for you. Right? Come closer, so about there, so you probably won't be there. So yeah. Okay, so this guy here, right? He's updating an application.
Right.
It's updating.
Right.
So he's very upset that he can't use the application because it's while it's updating.
Why did he update it? Usually you have an option to update it on.
Okay, but let's just say you need to update it for it to work.
Okay.
You know, it's received an update, you're updating. Would you expect it to run if it's updating?
No, because it's updating. Confused.
He doesn't understand why he can't use an application while it's updating.
Then he needs to rethink his career choice.
Shit. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Open, and then it locked up on me, and I was like, so I literally had to reboot the Xbox to use the store. I was like, maybe there's something wrong with it. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with it. But yeah, I have just been more and more annoyed by it. Every time I try to use it, it makes me, I just want to get rid of it. The only reason I have it is for situations like that where we want to play something like Fall Guys together or Lego Fortnite together. It's how we originally set up our 3-player experience.
Why not just get multiple PlayStations and do it that way? Or, you know, those games are cross-saving, cross-play anyway. So why not have one of them on your PC, another one on your PlayStation, and play it that way? Why do you need an Xbox? Seems a little sus. Why do you need an Xbox? It's a free-to-play game. This seems a little sus. Your progress transfers from place to place. Why do you need an Xbox?